we wanted to make this past week about what we could be better at. And so we talked about defending better. We talked about being better in tempo and running the floor a little bit better. We talked about how to attack this defense, because Erskine's defense is a little bit difficult sometimes in that they focus so much on taking the paint away. And when you're a team that really kind of highlights our post play and getting touches for Lauren and Jazz and Key, it makes it a little bit problematic for us. And so we spent some days working on how to get them the ball in early offense and looking to the opposite side of the floor for our open teammates. So I was really pleased with what we got today, just based on everything that we worked on, everything we had been talking about, a few of the adjustments that we made after we played them the first time.
Okay. How much does, your team coming out to, 12-0 run and really kind of, getting that energy and kind of momentum going, how much did that kind of help you think the rest of the game?
That's big for us, right? Like we feed on our own energy. Sometimes we have it and then other days we don't. And so we talked a lot about needing to jump in good. We set goals for ourselves, and there were things that we knew that we wanted to do regardless of the final score of the game, that we knew we had to do a little bit better. So being able to come out and watch our offense click early, we probably shot the ball better from three today than we have maybe all season. And I think that was big for us just from a confidence standpoint, and knowing that if we shared the ball, that there were a lot of people that were shooting it well tonight, and we were going to be able to knock some shots down. So that start really did, it carried us quite a bit.
Okay. And speaking of goals, obviously, talk about Lauren and just her milestone, 500 rebounds, and just what she's meant, to the team this year and the program, as a whole, just in her career.
Yeah, well, when she walked in the door a couple of years ago, we knew we had gotten a steal. And obviously, as she's gotten better and better and gotten more and more comfortable in our system, more and more comfortable with the people around her, she just continues to kind of add layers to her game. And so the scoring is huge for us, but there's been games that this kid's come off the floor with 20 plus rebounds. I'm thinking of one game in particular last year where she had like 29 and 23. Just unbelievable numbers that you just don't usually attach to an individual, right? And so she's been solid. When she came in a couple of years ago, we told her that we were like trying to lay a foundation with you and Naya coming in and really trying to get some of the best in the state to come join our program. So she's been a lot of things for us beyond the talent that she brings to the floor. Just gives us a lot of credibility, because when you can get a kid that's that good from right here in South Carolina to come be a part of your program, obviously it lends credibility to everything else that we're doing and all the other kids that we're recruiting.
You mentioned getting a lot of different scoring. I had 4 players in double figures, 2 more with 8 points, so obviously able to distribute the ball a good bit tonight.
Yeah, we're a basketball team. We feel like we can score. We're still sitting at the top of the league in scoring, but our focus this year honestly has been on defense, right? Like we felt like we were that team last year that could score 80, but we were going to give up 70. And so the conversation we started having was, what if we can still score that same 70, 75, 80, but we're holding teams to 60 or below? And so we set goals for ourselves. We set goals about how many points we want to score, how many assists, how many turnovers. And so when we step on the floor, it's usually about us just challenging ourselves. How much better can we be today than we were the last time we stepped on the court? And that's worked really well for this group. They're talented, but we got to keep putting challenges in front of them. We got to keep putting things in front of them that make them want to play a little bit harder and get that next stop or hit that next shot or take care of the ball a little bit better. And they've responded really well to that over these last few games.
6 in a row now, Coach, but obviously got a pretty tough week ahead of you. 3 games. What's just the biggest key kind of moving forward?
Well, preparation has been the key for us, right? I think we've done a pretty good job as a staff, kind of controlling the things that we can control, getting there, making sure they keep their legs under them, not doing a whole lot to wear them out in practice. We watched a ton of film on ourselves this year. And really just kind of identified areas where we can be better. We go into games, we're prepped, and we do a scout on our opponent. But we've really kind of locked into how good can we be? What are the things that we can be better at? I think if we'll leave that focus, we got to go on the road twice this week against a good Southern Wesley and a good Mount Olive team, and then obviously the big game with Pembroke next Saturday. So we've got a lot in front, but I think if we'll continue to prepare the way we have been, watching film, getting shots up, and then the 1 or 2 elements or the 1 or 2 things that we know we've got to do from a strategy standpoint, we'll get on the court and work those out as quickly as we possibly can and then head into the next contest.